Umbreon Trainers Academy, Episode 22, The Return of Umbreon. Julius lay outstretched at the center of Arena 4. His cousin Janelle and her Sableye crouched over him. "Julius, get up," Janelle said as she pinched her cousin's cheek. "It's evening study. You've got to do stuff."
"Janelle," Julius moaned. "School's really tearing me out. I need some me time, okay?"
"You're looking into the sun."
"No, I'm not." Julius pointed diagonally into the sky. "The sun is all the way over there."
"All right then," Janelle conceded. "I'll just let you lie there like a slow poke. Let me give you some shade." She covered Julius's eyes with her hand. Julius shot up like a rocket and glared at his cousin. "What the heck, Janelle?" he said. "I was trying to get some rest." "Look," Janelle whispered as she pointed behind her. Coming towards them was that little brat, Umbreon Leonard. Umbreon wasn't a fiery hot ball of rage like she was before. Instead, she was only a little ticked off, with a grimace drawn across her face. "Hello, Julie," Umbreon said as she sat down with the cousins. "It's still Julius," Julius replied. "As I was saying," Umbreon ignored Julius's comment, "I'm not going to explode at you like last time. Instead, I'll use verbal words to hurt your soul like Amber did. This way, the burning hot fire of hatred I feel for you in my heart won't burn your beautiful blue hair." "It's lavender," Julius commented. "As I was saying," Umbreon once again ignored him. "I heard your Eevee's a Jolteon now. Is that right?" "Yes," Julius answered. "It has been for..." He turned to Janelle. Janelle counted in her head. 8.5 weeks. 8.5 weeks, Julius relayed to Umbreon. "And what level was it then?" Umbreon asked. Julius thought for a moment. 5, I think. 5? You really evolved your Eevee at level 5? Umbreon ridiculed. "I've done tons of research on Eevees, and I figured that you should evolve your Eevee at least level 10. You right there have got a case of premature evolution." "Premature evolution?" "Yes, my friend, it's when a Pokemon evolves before it's supposed to. And it has some very adverse effects. I won't go into the details now, but it's bad." "So what?" Julius retorted. "I only evolved it so I wouldn't have to see Amber at evening study." Umbreon's red-hot fire of hatred finally burned over. "Why, you little... How dare you talk about Amber that way?" She lunged forward to strangle Julius, but before her hands could reach him, he ducked below and accidentally got his face in her chest. Fortunately, Julius did know that all of Arena 4 was staring at them. "I know you like girls' school," said, "but come on." The next morning before class started, Umbreon and Amber were talking at their desks when Julius sat down. Umbreon stopped their conversation to give him a dirty look. "What's with him?" Amber asked. "I'm still mad at him for choosing Eevee," Umbreon grumbled. "Still? What's even worse is that he evolved it into a Jolteon." "I knew that." "He evolved it at level 5, Umbreon complained, "and I remember that you should wait until at least level 10 to evolve an Eevee." "Umbreon, you're blowing this out of proportion," Amber said. "I'm not blowing this out of proportion," Umbreon screeched. "Julius is a big, fat, dirty Pokemon stealer." "It's true I am," Julius said. "Shut up!" Umbreon yelled at him. "I know you hate Julius," Skull said, "but come on, you're making a scene and I've got a class to teach." Umbreon sat down in her seat. As Professor Skull talked, she steamed at her desk. She put her head on the desk and mumbled, "I wish it was a Flareon instead." Amber saw Umbreon and decided to do the impossible. Break the rules. She pulled out a piece of paper and wrote, "Apologize to her," signed Amber. She passed the note to Julius. Below Amber's note, Julius wrote, "I'm sorry," signed Julius, and passed it to Umbreon. Umbreon read Julius's note. Then she wrote, "A note won't be enough, you inconsiderate freak," and passed it back to Julius. Julius wrote, "Amber told me to," and passed it back to Umbreon. Umbreon read Julius's last note. Then she folded the paper so that only "A note won't be enough, you inconsiderate freak" showed, and passed it to Amber. Later on at lunch, Umbreon was sitting alone, dwelling in grump. Julius came up and sat next to her. He said, "I'm sorry." "Yeah, right." Umbreon turned away and crossed her arms. "No, I really am," Julius replied. "I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It's just there was only one of each Pokemon. I wanted Eevee, and since I went before you, I caught it." "I don't even want it anymore anyway," Umbreon said. "You don't?" "No," Umbreon said. "I only wanted Eevee so I could evolve it into an Umbreon. Now that it's a Jolteon, What can I do now? So you forgive me? Julius asked. A little, Umbreon answered. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have something I need to do. Umbreon went to the other end of the cafeteria, where Amber was also sitting alone. Amber, she said, I'm sorry I called you an inconsiderate freak. I just wanted to sit alone and stew in my own anger. But it's okay now. I've forgiven Julius for what he's done. That's good, Amber replied. This is the part where I would include some cliché statement about forgiveness, but I don't do clichés, so instead I'll give you a hug. She hugged Umbreon around the neck. A tiny tear leaked out of Umbreon's eye. Amber, you're the best friend a girl could ask for, Umbreon said. I know, Amber said back. You're also incredibly sassy all of a sudden. I get that from Latias. Umbreon took a deep breath, knowing that she could stop obsessing over exacting her revenge on Julius and finally move on with her own life.